Today, we're going to explore a really powerful idea. What if the biggest changes in our lives actually come from the smallest actions? We're going to dive into some timeless wisdom from Japan that can help us build a better life, one tiny little step at a time. I mean, everywhere you look, there's this pressure to optimize, to totally revolutionize your life. It's exhausting, right? If you've ever felt just completely burnt out by the whole idea of self-improvement, then you are in exactly the right place. And that's the trap, isn't it? This all or nothing mindset. It so often sets us up for failure. We try to change everything all at once, and when we inevitably stumble, well, we just give up. But there is a different path, one that's much gentler and honestly far more sustainable. So this path, it's all about embracing smallness. It's about recognizing that meaningful change is a marathon, not a sprint. And it all begins with the smallest, almost ridiculously easy actions. Okay, so let's start with the action part of this whole equation, a Japanese philosophy called Kaizen. It's a beautifully simple concept that has had a massive impact on businesses and, more importantly, on individuals. Kaizen literally means good change or improvement. But, and this is the key, forget about those sudden radical transformations. This whole philosophy is built on the belief that everything and everyone can be constantly improved through these tiny, consistent steps. At the heart of Kaizen is this ridiculously simple goal: improve by just 1% each day. That's it. It's not about being perfect, it's just about making progress. Now, that tiny 1% might seem like nothing, but its power is all in the psychology. See, big changes trigger the brain's fear response, our fight or flight instinct, which makes us resist. But a 1% change, it's so small, it just sneaks right past that resistance, making change feel almost effortless and allowing it to really compound over time. So how does this work in the real world? It's unbelievably simple. First, you just pick one area you want to improve. Then you find the absolute smallest action you can possibly take. You want to read more? Okay, read one page. Want to exercise? Do one single push-up. And then you just repeat that tiny action every single day. The magic of Kaizen isn't in that one push-up. It's in the habit of consistently showing up for yourself, building a kind of momentum that's so small it's almost impossible to fail. And over time, that consistency is what creates truly significant change. But, relentless improvement needs balance. You can't just go, go, go all the time. And that is where our second concept, Shinrin-yoku, comes in. It is the perfect complement to the action of Kaizen because it focuses on mindful rest. Shinrin-yoku literally translates to forest bathing, but it's so important to understand it's not the same as hiking. Hiking is goal-oriented, right? You're focused on your pace, the distance. Forest bathing, on the other hand, has no destination. The only goal is to simply be present in nature. Yeah, it's not about covering ground. It's about slowing way, way down, enough to truly notice what's around you. What can you hear? The rustling leaves, the bird's song? What can you smell? That damp earth, the scent of pine. It is a complete sensory immersion. In our constantly connected, overstimulated world, this practice is a powerful antidote, and the benefits are actually physiological. Studies show that trees release these compounds called phytoncides, which, when we breathe them in, can boost our immune system's disease-fighting cells. It measurably reduces the stress hormone cortisol, it lowers your blood pressure, and it helps reset your emotional state, letting you truly, deeply recharge. So, we have these two powerful concepts: Kaizen for action and Shinrin-yoku for rest. So how do we bring them together to create a sustainable system for a better life? Well, it's a perfect balance. Think of Kaizen as the engine. Those tiny 1% improvements are what move you forward, but without burning you out. Shinrin-yoku is the fuel and the maintenance. It reduces stress and keeps you from overheating. Together, they create this amazing system for sustainable growth. This ancient wisdom just perfectly encapsulates our entire discussion, doesn't it? Profound change doesn't begin with some giant leap. It starts with one small, intentional step taken today and then repeated again tomorrow. So I'll leave you with this question. Forget the grand, intimidating goals for just a moment. What is the one tiny, almost effortless thing you can do today? What is your 1%? Because that right there is where real, lasting change truly begins.